Hello and welcome to session 2 of our 8-part chakra series. Today we are kicking it off with our Muladhara chakra, so our root chakra located right at the base of our spine. Our Muladhara root is connected with the earth. It's this feeling of stability, of grounding, of home. So that's really what we're going to feel into today. We're going to work through some mantras, some breath work, and we're also going to be introducing the Muladhara mudra. So that's hand yoga, if that's what you want to call it. So we're going to start in a comfortable seat. Usually I would say when we're coming into meditation to take any position that works for you, but today I do encourage you to take Sukhasana, so easy seated pose if you can. Popping yourself up on a bolster or block or cushion is really useful, just to find that little bit of height, bringing the hips up high and helping you sit up a little straighter. And if it's not comfortable for you, please by all means take another position, but if you can, come in to find that comfortable Sukhasana, your easy seat. So once you're all settled, bring the hands onto the tops of the knees, palms facing down, and really spread the fingertips as wide as you can here and press the palms into the tops of the thigh. Take a shoulder roll and just arrive in this place on your mat. Close down the eyes or soften the gaze. And then just turn your attention inwards, your attention into being. Feel into what's going on in your body. Notice the length of your spine and that straight line running from crown to root, root to crown. Notice as you turn your attention in, notice what happens with the breath. Start to slow and to ease into this posture, into your practice, into these few moments on the mat. Allow your breath to soften and ease. Feel the heaviness of the legs as the tops of your feet connect to the earth. Allowing softness in the hip joints. And our Muladhara chakra is associated with stillness and steadiness and grounding, but just for a few moments, if it helps here, feeling into the base of your spine, allow your body to sway softly from side to side. This isn't a big movement, it's just a small movement as you focus your attention at that space right at your base, around the perineum, where your seat bones connect to the earth. Feel the ground rising up to meet you. Feel into the stability and strength within you, supported by the earth beneath you. And then come into that place of stillness, feeling the energy pulling up through your body from the earth. Feel that stability and strength of the earth traveling through the legs, traveling up through the mid-body to the rib cage, around the chest, through the arms, drawing the hands heavier on the knees, bring the shoulders down the spine. Feeling of grounding, of stability, of strength, surrounding the whole body in your meditative seat. Allow your whole body to be heavy here. And then focusing back in on the breath, going to just start to work with a small, subtle mantra and breath movements. So as you inhale in, repeat to yourself, I am. And as you exhale, repeating, safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. Working with your breath and with the mantra just for a few moments. Whenever the mind starts to wander, bring it back to this feeling, this mantra, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Releasing the mantra now and just coming back to the breath, acknowledging that any thoughts or feelings or irritations that came up for you during that meditation are perfectly okay and perfectly normal. Letting open the eyes, coming back into the room, arriving, ready to start your flow. Take a shoulder roll as you wake up through the body, be wiggling the shoulders. I'm going to introduce our Muladhara mudra. So it's kind of two interlaced OK signs. So your interlaced finger and thumb, or index finger and thumb, and then you'll join it with the other index finger and thumb, bringing the middle fingers to touch. So I'm holding here, you can pause the video to find it yourself. So it's just the two index finger and thumbs joined. Engage through your core and just turn the pelvis outward slightly so your navel draws in and your ribs draw down. So nice and strong through that mid-body. Inhale and send the arms all the way up to the sky. Holding here, draw the shoulders away from the ears and focusing on drawing the ribs in. Inhale in, we're just going to draw circles with the hands and the chest, opening through the chest and the back body. It doesn't matter which way you draw these circles, just creating some fluid movement in the upper body, staying grounded through the lower body. And then turning that circle the opposite way. So our chakras are quite often likened to wheels. You can imagine yourself drawing a circle wheel of your root chakra, turning as you move with this mudra. Inhaling, coming to center. And then exhale, float the arms down. Bring the hands back behind you onto the earth. Inhale, lift the chest, maybe lifting through the hips, opening here. And exhale, planting the bottom down. Removing any blocks or bolsters from underneath you and just tucking them out of the way. I'm going to come through into a wide leg child's pose. So for me, I'm going to turn lengthways on the mat. Make your own way there. So the tops of the toes will come together. Knees out nice and wide. Plant your hands firmly into the mat. Take a breath in and then exhale, send the bottom back. Pressing the bum cheek into the heels and then walk the arms out long. So we're still extending through the hands, really pressing them down into the earth, into the mat. Forearms going to be lifted off of the mat here just to create some space through the chest. Engaging through the core so the belly's not dropping down, it's really energetically sending your seat back. Maybe your forehead connects to the earth and you just rock it from side to side. Couple more breaths here in stillness. Feel the palms connecting with the earth. Inhale in, peel upwards. Then we're going to turn the feet out. So you're coming onto the inside arch of the foot and then send the hips out a little wider. So we're coming into a froggy pose. You'll come down onto the forearms here and walking the hips as wide as they will go. So we're keeping engaged through our core. We're not sending the bottom all the way back. We're staying lifted but energetically pushing weight down into the hips, so your weight's coming down rather than back so much. So you don't want to come back too far. You want your hips and knees to be roughly in line. Keeping the back straight. Maybe walking the arms out a little further if you feels good for your body. And just be careful here whether you're sticking the tailbone out and pushing the bum up to the ceiling. See if you can tuck it under, keeping your core engaged. Slowing down here, feeling into this stillness. Feeling the connection of body to earth. A few more breaths here, slowing, feeling into the body, noticing any thoughts that come up and just accepting them as they are as you bring your attention, your awareness back into the breath. Inhale in, start to peel back, slowly lifting back up through the hands and then walking one knee in and then the other knee in. Take a wiggle through the hips, maybe send it back into a narrow leg child's pose. Find a counter posture that works for you here. Coming up from your child's pose, plant the palms, plant the feet, press the tops of the feet into the earth as you engage through the belly, finding length in the neck, sending the seat bones back. Inhale in, find your cow. Exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine, squeeze everything in and up. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, round the spine, send the tops of the feet into the earth. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine. See how much you can squeeze. And then inhale, ripple through to center. stacking the spine again and engaging that core. Take a breath, pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. You'll inhale in, exhale, lift the knees into a hover. Keep that length, that strength as you ground through the hands. Holding for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, send the hips down. Ripple through, find your cow. Exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, come back through tabletop. And now flex through the right foot. Grounding into both hands evenly. Send the right foot up towards the ceiling. Keeping the hips stacked here. So we're not opening up to the side. We're staying lifted, pressing into the ceiling so the glutes nice and engaged. Inhale in. And then start to draw circles with the right knee. If you want to take it that bit further, find that hover, keeping the left foot pressing into the earth, lifting the knee, and then alternating those circles in the opposite direction. Lower the left knee if it's lifted, keep the right knee lifted, engage that strength. Inhale in and then exhale, pivot the right foot out towards the side. So we're lifting the glute up toward, or opening up through the right side knee. Inhale in, exhale, plant the right foot, the outside edge of the mat, 45-degree angle. We're coming into our lizard. Stay lifted up through the palms here if that works for you. Or maybe lower onto the elbows. Coming down, keep the chest lifted. So by lifting through the chest, we're keeping a straight line from crown to root. And then just notice if the right side ankle start to just splay out a little bit. Energetically start to push your right knee in towards the shoulder. Feel into the nuances of the stretch here, the areas where the stretch is more acute. Unravel from your lizard, planting the palms, and walk that right foot in between the palms of the legs. Inhale in, find length through the spine. Exhale, send the hips back, peel the toes up towards the ceiling. Find Hanumanasana. Lift the chest to create length here, and then exhale, fold chest to thigh, stretching through the hamstring. Inhale in, exhale, curl onto the sole of the right foot. Inhale in, sweep up, find a low lunge. Find your Muladhara mudra. So interlacing those fingers, pulling the right hip back, sinking the hips down and tucking those ribs in. The whole body's working really strong here. And exhale, uncurl, plant the palms and step the right knee back. Maybe taking a wiggle through the hips. And then restacking hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale in, find your cow. Exhale, chin to chest, make some space through the spine as you squeeze everything in and up. Inhale, restack into tabletop position. We're going to send the left foot up this time and start to draw those circles, lifting the right knee if you want to. And alternating those circles in the opposite direction. And then sending the left leg out to the side, lower the right knee down. Holding here. Peeling that left knee up. And then stepping the left foot to the outside edge of the mat. Find your lizard here, so lowered or lifted. Coming down onto the forearms, see if you can keep the chest nice and straight, and then energetically pulling that left knee in towards the shoulder. Feeling into this place of stability and strength as you ground through the sole of the left foot. Inhaling, unravel, and palms to earth, and then step the left knee in, the left foot in. Inhaling, find length. Exhale, open out into Ardha Hanuman. Find length in the spine, and then exhale, chest towards thigh. So it's really easy to round in this posture, bringing your nose in towards your knee. But today we're looking to find length through the spine. So keeping lifted, imagine your chest coming towards your toes. Inhale, one more breath here. And then exhale, come onto the sole of the left foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Find your Muladhara mudra again. Shoulders draw away from the ears and open back behind you as you pull the ribs in. So everything's really engaged here, and then you sink down into the hips. Exhale, release the palms, plant the palms back on the mat, and then step that left foot back. Take a wiggle, and then lower yourself all the way slowly. Belly comes to the earth. And to roll through some cobras. So find a cobra that works for you. Pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. Elbows tuck in. Find length through the spine. And then just notice what's happening with your pelvis. And you want to push the pelvis down into the earth. Imagine that you're tucking that tailbone under, hip bones connecting with the earth as your navel draws in. Inhaling, lift through to cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. We're going to hold here as you tuck the elbows in. So by engaging through our navel, we're protecting that low back. And creating some space through the chest, grounding through the legs. Exhale, chest melts to the mat. Inhale in and push up into a plank pose, nice and strong here. Heels press towards the back of the room as your crown reaches forwards. Engaging through the core. I've said it enough, so how could you forget it? Take a breath. And then exhale, pivot all the way back. Find your downward facing dog and take what you need here. So maybe you need to take a really deep bend in the knees. Maybe you want to walk the feet out. Maybe a downward facing dog doesn't work for you today. Maybe you just want to be here in stillness. Feeling that connection of palms to earth, of feet to earth. Nod the head yes and no. Maybe sway the body from side to side. And when you're ready, start to walk the feet towards the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale in, find some length, create space, and then exhale, melt the whole body down, bending through the knees, feeling the soles of the feet pressing into the earth. Head's heavy, shoulders are relaxed, and you allow the upper body just to naturally round. Peeling the tailbone up towards the sky. Grounding into your Uttanasana, this forward fold. pressing the weight back into the heels, bend the knees, and tucking the chin in. We're just going to slowly unravel, peeling up into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Shoulders ripple open as the hands come to face forwards. Head and neck are the last thing to lift. As we arrive in our mountain pose, we are strong, we are stable, we are safe. Feel the length of the spine in this posture. Feel the solid earth beneath you. Feel into the presence of this moment on your mat. Inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. Find your mudra, so interlacing those fingers, and only the middle fingers are coming to touch. Send the hip bones forward, so you're tucking the tailbone under, shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath and then exhale, reaching over towards the left, opening through the right side body. Inhale in here. Exhale, come through center. Keep that length and that lift. As you exhale, open out towards the right hand side. Inhaling, come through center. Exhale, release the arms. Plant the hands down as you forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, create space. Exhale, planting the palms, stepping the right foot back, lowering onto the right knee. Take a breath as you inhale and lift the chest. Plant the palms, step it back into a plank. If you need to, lower the knees here or lower all the way through a chaturanga. Inhale, open up cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg all the way up high, extending through that right hip. And then exhale, bend the right knee, tuck it in, squeezing heel to glute. And then stepping the right foot down between the palms of the hands. Pivot on the left foot and open out into your warrior two. Find that stillness with the arms. Reaching both fingertips towards the front and back of the mat, and then sinking down into the hips. Inhale in here, turn the right arm to face the ceiling. Exhale, open out into your reverse warrior. Inhale in here, exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Bring the hands to the earth, and then bring the right foot into a 45-degree angle. Pivot on the left foot, sending the toes up towards the ceiling. We're opening out into Skandasana. So walking the right arm long. Inhale, open through the left side. Reaching the left arm up. And then exhale, straighten through the right leg. Pivot all the way over. We're going to open out into our warrior two on the left hand side. Inhale in, send the shoulder blades together, sink down into the hips and reach through those fingertips. Feel the strength and stability of this posture. Inhale in, send the fingertips forward. Exhale, open out, reverse warrior. Inhale in and cartwheel onto the palms. Bring both hands out in front of you and then find that Skandasana. So the toes are pointing upwards. If this is too much to open out through the arm, to open out with the right arm, you can stay lowered or you can come up onto the tiptoes if that helps. So find your Skandasana, opening the left arm out. And reaching the right arm up, opening through the chest and through the hips as you send the bottom down towards the heel. Inhale in here. Exhale, power up. Come back into that warrior two on the right hand side. Inhale in, exhale, cartwheel, plant the palms, step it back. Inhale, shift the weight forwards. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin. Inhale, roll through to your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath, ground through the palms. Inhale, send the left leg up. You pointing those toes towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bending the knee, squeezing heel to glute. And stepping the left foot up. Find length. And then open out, warrior two on the left hand side. So reaching through those fingertips, find length in the spine, draw the shoulders together, sinking into the hips, creating space. Feel the back edge of the left foot grounding, right foot grounding into the earth. Inhale in, turn the palm to face the ceiling and open out to your reverse warrior. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down, open out into your Skandasana, sending toes towards ceilings, bum towards heel. Open the right arm up, inhale in, exhale, power through, open up into your warrior two, to the left hand side, to the right hand side. I am struggling with my right and left today, people. I'll reach the fingertips forward, find that length. Turn the palm to face the ceiling as you exhale, open out to your reverse warrior. Find space through the side body. Inhaling in, exhale, cartwheel the palms down to the outside edge of that right foot. Open out into your Skandasana. Inhaling, find length here. And then exhale, power through, open up into that warrior two. Inhale in and then exhale, plant the palms, step it all the way back into plank, knees lowered or lifted, whatever you need. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, send the bottom back, downward facing dog. Ground here, maybe take a sway or walk with the feet, creating length through the spine. Inhaling, bend the knees, lift the gaze and walk or step to the top of the mat. Or jump. I realise I jump, I meant to say jump. Inhale and find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, find that Muladhara mudra. Bring it down to your heart center. Close down the eyes. Recalibrate the breath. Fluttering open the eyes and releasing the mudra. I'm going to come into a balancing posture here. So I know for some of you, and for some of you that are regular, at my live classes when they're happening, this can bring up a kind of instant feeling of, oh, I'm not good at balancing, and really I'm just kind of encouraging you to come into what works with your body today, and to just feel into that sense of stability through the grounded leg, and knowing that you have the strength in your core, working at your own limit. So we're coming into tree pose. So we're ground first through the left foot. Inhale in and just pick that right foot up. So you can interlace the hands around the knee, finding a length Lifting here, maybe invite a soft bend into that left leg. If you're okay here and you'd rather stay here, by all means do. Or open out into your tree, bringing the sole of your foot into the body. So again, you don't have to come into the full expression of the pose. The sole of your foot can be down on the shin or at the ankle, or even toe resting on the earth. So once you've found your place in your tree, we're going to take that mudra again at the heart center. Opening through the right side hip. And if you're struggling with your balance, to engage the core, draw that navel in, focusing on your breath, and find a drishti, a focus point in front of you. For me, it is very handily a camera today. And then if you want to test your balance a little further, send the arms up. Grounding into that foot, opening through the hip. Exhale, bring the hands down. Release the mudra. Use your hand to help you bring your knee in. Squeeze it in and up. And then release the right leg down. Maybe just give a little shimmy and a shake through the left foot. If that's the first time you've tried tree, or even the millionth time you've tried tree, well done. It looks like an easy posture, but it can be quite difficult, especially when you're at home and maybe not in the best space. So I wouldn't recommend practicing yoga on a carpeted surface, but we don't have anything else in my house that is okay for filming. So, besides that, ground into the right foot this time, and then lift the left leg up. Draw that knee in, create space through the spine. Maybe if that that foot's a little tired, just make small circles with the ankle. Inhale in and then open out, find your tree. Again, this can be wherever works for you today. Find that drishti point as you open out and come into your mudra. Find your tree today, your fullest expression. Maybe sending the arms up. Ground into that right foot. One leg is always going to be stronger than the other, or just different to the other. And just feel into that today, feel into what's happening with your body. And then bringing the arms down. Releasing the mudra. Bringing the knee in, give it a squeeze. And then release that left leg. Okay, give it a little shimmy out. Really good job, guys. So we're going to come down onto the mat now, you will be pleased to hear. So we're going to open out into our Muladhara. So coming into a 45-degree angle with the feet. Tuck the tailbone under so we've got a nice straight line through the core. Bring the hands back into that mudra, middle fingers touching, straighten through the spine, stay lifted. And then we're just going to lower as slow as you can down into our Muladhara, our yogi squat. And once you come down, use your elbows to help you open through the hips. Release that mudra and come into prayer mudra, Anjali mudra. Maybe shifting the weight from side to side. Maybe you need a little bit of fluid movement in those hips today. Holding here for 3 more breaths. And releasing the hands, bring yourself down onto the bottom and send the legs out long. lengthways on your mat. Going to send both legs long, finding your prone pose, toes towards the ceiling. Inhaling, reach the arms up overhead, then exhale, find that forward fold. Inhale, keeping length through the spine, and then this time we're going to exhale, chin into chest, round the spine. Allow yourself to completely melt into this posture. And then slowly unravel, peel the body back. Bring the hands behind the seat bones, maybe walk them back a little bit just to create that space as you tuck the elbows in and lift through the chest. This might be enough for you, or you can inhale and lift the hips, come on to the soles of the feet. Open through the chest here. You can drop the head back and create space through the neck, or keep it lifted, your gaze just slightly ahead and up. Lifting the hips. And then exhale, lower the seat bones to the earth. Bring the hands back beneath you and just come down onto the elbows. And then slowly lower down all the way to the mat. Start to settle in here, walking the shoulders under, and we're just going to bend one knee in and bend the other knee in, and picking up the seat bones, tucking the tailbone under and pressing the low back into the earth. Lift the head and find that length through the spine, so you should feel a nice release, just a gentle release. It's very subtle, but by pressing the low back in and creating space through the spine, just lifting here. And then grounding the feet into the earth. You're going to keep the feet at the knees at about hip width apart, feet at hip width apart. And imagine that you're squeezing something between the thighs. So you're not bringing your thighs to touch, you've just got something imaginary that you're holding there that you don't want to drop. And then press the palms into the earth, keeping the tailbone tucked in as your navel draws in. Inhale and send the hips up high. Come into a bridge pose. Grounding the feet into the earth. You can keep the hands where they are, or you can lift them all the way up overhead, creating a nice spinal stretch. Keeping the hips lifted. Grounding through the feet, opening through the chest, sending the arms long if they're out behind you. Feeling into this center of stability and strength, of power and grounding. Keep lifting through those hips, engage the glutes. And then bring the arms back overhead, plant the palms down, and then uncurl through the spine so you're lowering vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping that navel engaged. Your low back will be the last thing to touch onto the earth. Inhale in, bring the knees in, wrap the arms around the legs. Just give yourself a little shimmy and a shake from side to side. And then maybe bringing nose up towards knee, finding some space through the spine. And then uncurling, open out, find your Shavasana. So if any other postures are calling to you today, feel free to take them. This is your practice and your few moments. If you're in Shavasana, become as comfortable as you can possibly be. Maybe pause the video, grab a blanket, and just settle and arrive as you feel the ground, the earth, come up to meet your body. Imagine the earth surrounding your body as you melt into it, enveloping you in this feeling of safety, of home, of stability. And focus in on the breath and allow the whole body to release. Maybe you bring one hand to the low belly, just above where your chakra would be, so right on top of the pelvis. Feel the warmth of the fingertips and the heaviness of the palms pressing into this space, relaxing the shoulders and the elbows down. And drawing an image of a turning red wheel. The image of your root chakra, your Muladhara chakra, fueled now by the energies of our practice, radiating this sense of safety and grounding throughout your body and within your mind. And repeat to yourself the affirmation as you inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. As always, I invite you to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer if you would like, where you can start to wiggle the toes and the fingertips, maybe taking a nice big stretch overhead, wiggling the hips from side to side, and then just rolling over onto one side. Feel into this fetal position, this first position that we ever know. Pressing the palm into the earth, feeling the whole side body connected here. One with our center of being. And then pressing through the palm and lifting yourself up into that Sukhasana, that easy seat. So starting or finishing where we started. Keep the eyes closed if you're comfortable doing so, or just welcoming a soft gaze. Maybe finding that sway from the energies of our practice, allowing them to distribute. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, join the palms together as you bring them through your heart center, lifting sternum to thumb. Take a moment here to really feel into your practice, to feel what it means to be safe. I wish you all a very good day, a very good evening, wherever you are and however you're practicing. Sending my love to you. Giving thumbs up to the third eye. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that practice and that nice little relaxation at the end. So we're going to be moving through the next 3 chakras, but I welcome you to come back and practice this one again just when you're feeling things are a bit hectic, or you just know you need this sense of security and stillness. And I hope to see you all again soon.